Javory and Bennett. You added to the mix here. All right. Without further ado, let's get Big Z's take on this high-powered trade here. Unbelievable. Now, either this, folks, either they brought a guy in to compete against Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson, or they added depth. Which is it? Only guy we can ask is the co-host of Birds 365, Big Z. Zander Krause joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing.
Well, let me guess. You don't like the Jakorian Bennett move.
I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know. First I heard his name was today.
Yeah. I can't say I am a Jakorian Bennett scholar. I didn't know much about him until last night. But look, you get rid of Booker. What did he have? Fifth defensive tackle, and you add some depth at cornerback. Clearly, Keely Ringo doesn't look as good as we were hoping, and Adoree Jackson doesn't look as good as we were hoping. I think that's the takeaway right there, is that those guys haven't seized the job like they probably wanted one of them to do it. I like it from the perspective of you got younger and cheaper, and you got 2 years now with this guy on $1 million. And doesn't it put pressure on Ringo? Ringo kind of was coming into the year. All right, you signed Adoree Jackson. He's a 1-year player, not going to be here long term. You're probably going to have a chance to win the job. Yo, dude, now we just traded for the dude who was drafted one spot ahead of you with 2 years left on his rookie deal, and both of you guys are fighting for a contract in the NFL. And only one of you is probably going to play. So I think it gives pressure a little bit in a spot where pressure has a better chance at creating a diamond than the alternative. So I like it from that reason, but I don't think he's going to come in and save the day, Big Sills. I'm not sure yet on that.
You think he makes another move at safety?
I don't think this is the last move of the summer. I don't know if it's going to be
edge or safety.
Maybe they'd add an edge. I mean, you don't. They've already gotten rid of one guy on the defensive front. I mean, they're not going to get rid of another guy there. Now, maybe they would bring somebody in potentially. They do have a boatload of draft picks. Probably edge.
Probably edge. How do you feel about the depth at defensive line now? Interior D line.
I mean, I'll say this.
I told you they like Gabe. Listen, I've heard nothing.
Yeah, no, they like Gabe Hall, but we. I mean, listen, Gabe Hall he's unproven. I mean, we don't know what he's going to be. I'll say this about Thomas Booker. I ain't going to get tripped up about trading the fifth defensive tackle, but I'll say this. There's not many teams that you can have your fifth defensive tackle on the field and not feel like, uh-oh. And Booker was good enough to not feel like, uh-oh, which is, right. I think, a big thing for a fifth defensive tackle. When he was on the field, you maybe didn't expect Jalen Carter, obviously, but you certainly weren't like, holy shit, get him off the field. He was a solid player. So he had no chance, though, to start here, and if Bennett has a chance to start.
That's right, with the Raiders.
Is that an advantage over keeping Booker because the guy you brought in has an actual chance to start, versus Booker would have never had a chance to start on this team.
Never.
So I don't know. I mean, look, there's a lot of different ways to look at this.
Booker had no future here.
No, exactly. And Jakorian Bennett right now could play himself into a future here.
Okay, and that's why Clint Hurt and don't you think? Do you see the connection? Right, Clint Hurt was the D coordinator for Pete Carroll in Seattle, and Pete's the head coach in Las Vegas. Had a conversation before the trade last week.
Yep,
they were talking about it and said, "Hey, look, we really because you know what? People find that hard to believe." Vic told you last year they tried to make a move for Milton Williams when he was the DC down with the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
These teams all do this. They all contact.
Yeah, and look, maybe I think Pete Carroll obviously liked Clint Hurt. So, you go and you get one of his guys. So, listen, it's a good move it has the potential to be a good move for both teams. I think Booker probably should be happy about this because he's better than this roster. He's going to have a chance to play over there. So, we'll see. I mean, he did go from the Eagles to the Raiders now. I mean,
man,
that's not
No.
That's not particularly the most
No.
ideal circumstance.
Bro, when you go from one thing like that to that, you're like, you feel it immediately in the building. Now, it is Pete Carroll. So Pete will make the environment a little better, but you are dead nails on with that. I mean, you're walking into you're walking into like Neiman Marcus, and now you're all of a sudden walking into the dollar store. It's a completely different shelf, bro.
Right.
It's a completely different. All right. So let me ask you something here, and I'm going to go back on this here. So I heard something interesting today. Nick Sirianni. By the way, Angelo's on at 4:30.
Nick Sirianni, what?
Sirianni goes like this. And I don't know if it was John or if I don't know if it was that Selkie guy, but somebody asked this question.
Who? Silky?
Silky guy? What's his name from the Inquirer? Mike Silky?
Oh, Silky.
Yeah, that guy. They're real analytical questions, so that's what really sticks out to me. I got to look.
That's so Silky. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
I don't have a problem with him.
No, I love his shit. I totally do. I think he writes with a great pen. He said that Vic wants to get some playing time and wants to see, some of his guys out there Thursday because Burrow's going to be playing, And Nick fired back and said, yeah, Howie and I will sit down and we'll determine who's going to play or not. And then we'll let Vic know. Now, I want to put this.
Whoa.
I want to put this out there. I mean, do you really think he knew who Dr. Javory and Bennett was?
So you want to bash?
No. What?
Well, I know what you're doing.
No,
you bash Sirianni that he doesn't do it. What does the guy do? What's the guy do? He got the coordinator.
Oh, his job.
And then he fucking says, I'm the head coach. I'm going to make a decision. And now you got a problem with it.
Okay, so Nick and Howie pick who plays on exhibition football on Sundays. It's not the coordinator.
Absolutely. And you know what?
Okay.
I'll take this one step further. All right. And not everybody's going to like this, but yo, Vic, sit down and shut the fuck up. All right. You had plenty of a chance to be a head coach in this football league, and you haven't had damn near the success that Nick Sirianni had. And by the way, he had a lot of that success before you showed up. All right. So don't come in here.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Be the damn defensive coordinator, but don't step outside.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I mean, look. I love Vic Fangio, and I don't have a problem with it, but I'm perfectly good with Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni making this decision because they've done it for the last 4 years, and we have been healthy the last 4 years. So
I'm not disagreeing with that. Okay? Do you think that's rubbing Vic the wrong way a little bit here?
Maybe, but get your ego burnt for all I care. Man, I don't care. You didn't succeed as a head coach. You're a defensive coordinator. You willingly became a defensive coordinator, said, I want to finish my career as this. That doesn't give you the autonomy to run an organization because you had a good defense. It doesn't. You're a great defensive coordinator. Congratulations. Dominate your room. Outside of that, I got the rest.
Okay.
I'll take your input, but.
So Vic had no say in this kid being added to the team.
Well, maybe. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't think any conversations.
Well, the way he talked, he had no input on the Dory Jackson joining you.
Well, he made that very clear, didn't he? Didn't he? I don't know about Jakorian. I don't know. I mean, I did think it was interesting a week ago was when he said that. And then a week later, they got another corner in the room. I don't know. Maybe Vic had more to do with it. The only thing I'm saying is about the who's playing. Like, I know Vic wants a certain thing and he's entitled to want it, but you're not going to get your way. If you want to get your way, then go work for another organization where they give you that say. You don't get it here in Philly.
So you think that's not going to wear out people the way they do things after a while?
Well, what do you mean? He's the defensive coordinator.
Okay. Well, I have some people who believe that guy makes personnel decisions and also that he is a guy who's picking talent. He's not. He's clearly not. How he picks the talent, how he tells you who's playing. You just said it. And I'm not disagreeing. You're right. You got a track record. You're telling me a guy who gets in front of a microphone and gives you what does John call him? Fucking truth bombs or Vic bombs? You think that's not gonna he wore his welcome out down in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Vic wants to do that, he's going to be playing himself out of a damn good situation, and that would be more of him being an old dude who doesn't want to be told what to do, which is fine. He can think like that. I mean, but that doesn't mean the organization has to bend the knee to him. I mean, they're not gonna. So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with it, but I'd like Vic to stay in his lane, which I think he is, by the way. I don't know if I mean, look, he's allowed to have an opinion. He probably wants players to play more, but I don't have any problem with Nick and Howie stepping in and saying, that's good. Thanks for sharing that. But I'm going to do what we want to do. We're going to make the final call here. There has to be some hierarchy of power. All right. That's necessary.
No, everyone has to know their role.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're doing.
So one more time here, though, I mean, can this become a problem?
I mean, it could only become a problem if Vic Fangio really wants a lot more say than he has.
You think he's more vocal about that now this year than he's ever been?
But here's the thing. Why has Vic never had a number one defense in the NFL until last year?
Because he didn't know the personnel.
Oh, exactly. So, dude, again, you're a great defensive coordinator, but Howie Roseman got you a set of talent that you made the best defense you've ever got your hands on.
Totally not disagreeing with you.
So I'm not trying to be a tough guy on Vic. I love Vic. I think he's a big reason we have a Super Bowl championship.
Absolutely.
Ring. But Vic's been in this league for a long time, and he hasn't had success like he's had in Philly. So he's smart enough to know that too. All right. And everybody's going to have a role. And Nick is the head coach, not Vic. Howie Roseman's the GM, not Vic. And I don't have any problem with them saying that. I also don't have a problem, by the way, with Vic wanting the players. He's allowed to want them. Where I would have a problem with it is if you're going to go, like you're saying, create a problem because you want something and you don't get your way. This isn't your organization to run, to make those decisions. And this organization has technically given you more than any of the other organizations you worked for in 40 years.
How about this? Do you think that, I mean, these players that he's bringing in, though, he's bringing in profile players, which, again, Vic Fangio doesn't know who this fucking guy is. He barely knew. Knew who Adoree Jackson was.
Brian Pumper loves that take.
Just tell him to shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't say shut the fuck up. I mean, about playing preseason, yeah, shut the fuck up. You don't get to make a say. You're allowed to have a say, obviously, somewhat in personnel. But wasn't Vic kind of bitching about some of the personnel early in the year? I'll tell you week 12. All right, well. That personnel that was being chirped was also the personnel that gave you the best defense you've ever had. That might solidify your place in Canton. All right, so that personnel was pretty damn good, and let Howie continue to make his moves. I think Howie is right to make moves on his
because he's got a resume.
Exactly. I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt more so than Vic, especially when it comes to personnel. Now, when it comes to coaching them up and where to play guys, okay, fine. Yeah, that's all Vic. Thank you, Vic. But I don't need Vic to be that type of coach. And I don't think Vic wants to be, but I'm sure there's some things they disagree on.
I think he throws a couple shots across the bow there every now and then at it too.
Yeah, and look, he might be late enough in his career where he really doesn't care.
Yeah, he probably right.
Yeah, he'll get fired and be like, I don't really care. I don't know, but we'll see what happens.
What will be more beneficial to the Philadelphia Eagles this year? Jalen Hurts going for 4,200 passing yards and 30 touchdowns, or Saquon Barkley going for 1,800 yards and 18 TDs?
What was the question? More beneficial?
What will be more beneficial to winning a championship this coming season? Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,200 yards and 30 touchdowns, or Saquon Barkley running for 1,800 yards and 18 touchdowns?
I'm going to take a push because if either of those things happen, we're winning another Super Bowl.
Not if you will for 42 done. Not if you throw for 4,200 yards.
Yeah, we are.
Never happened. You threw for 2,900 last year, and you won a Super Bowl.
And again,
you think by improving the pass,
broke the mold, and Sileo can't accept it.
He didn't break the mold.
Yes, he did.
He broke the mold by not having the ball in his hand. Congratulations.
He broke the mold. He did
you're
whatever
right.
he had to do to win.
You're right.
Oh,
He broke the mold. He broke the mold of not having to be that important during the regular season. Yeah.
Oh man, that is such a shot.
Wait, again,
I don't even think you agree.
So if
I don't even think
I
you
do.
believe that take.
I do. They fucking.
No,
How in the well it happened? Whether or not I believe it or not, it happened. I mean, that's what they did. Hey, sit down, kid. Don't worry. We're going to give it to this guy, Barkley. So
wait, let me answer this comment. He said, Tony says, yeah, Zander, but Zander, Vic has changed the culture, and he's been right about personnel. What personnel?
What personnel? No way.
Tony, appreciate the comment, and I love Vic, and I'm with you, and I'm not trying to discredit him. He's obviously a great coordinator, but what personnel are you speaking of? And also, what culture are you speaking of? I'm not really aware of what it is that you're talking about. This team was highly successful pre-Vic Fangio. So, look, I love Vic. I knew people were going to get all mad at me for saying, sit down, shut up, and dominate your room.
Right. I think you're dead on.
Man.
That's my take, too. By the way, Angelo has to do Thursday. An emergency came up.
Oh, all right.
So he'll do
Thursday. Right, you got
by the way, tomorrow we will have at 4:30. We will have on Herm Edwards.
Yeah.
So Herm will join us.
He's going to glaze up Jaden Daniels, though.
What's that?
He's going to glaze up Jaden Daniels.
Why not? He recruited him and coached him.
Well, I can't blame him. Listen, if I were him, I would be doing the same thing. But that doesn't mean I have to enjoy listening to. Although I do love Herm Edwards, man. I love Herm Edwards. I'm really happy.
How do you not like Jaden Daniels?
I like Jaden Daniels. I think people have gone a little too far with Jaden Daniels.
In what way?
You talk about him like the guy is the second coming. It's like, dude, the guy had a good year.
Only good. Probably the greatest rookie season of any quarterback in history. Yeah. Yeah. By the way,
real quick,
not just me saying that.
Off the field, did you see that goofy video on social media of him like taking his mom shopping and something? Did you see that?
Really awful. Really awful.
Really weird, right?
Yeah. Well, guess what though? Lamar Jackson.
Kind of started that. Yeah, right.
Here's my.
It's a little different. It's a little different for Jaden and his mom. I don't really care, honestly.
Yeah, but
it's probably a sponsorship. It was probably
my only problem with Jaden is I do have to agree 100% with one thing. Dude, it's 1 year. I want to see a string of years because I saw RG3 play great his rookie year. He was the rookie of the year. What happened after that?
That's kind of my point on Jaden. I'm not out on the kid. I like the kid, man. I think he's a great story, and I think it's pretty cool to see him be so successful, to be honest with you. I like the story. Now, I'm an Eagle fan, so obviously I don't want to see him succeed to a certain level, but I can be objective and acknowledge how good he is as a player and the story and everything that comes with it. But I can also remain objective and say, it was 1 fucking year. 1 year. Like, I don't believe any player deserves to be crowned off 1 year. All right? We got questions on Quinyon Mitchell and Zach Bond this year because it's only been 1 year. Now, I think they're going to pan out. You can have the take you think Jaden's going to pan out. That's fine. But I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback in football. No way.
Well, I think if he puts that team back in the playoffs again in his second season and he continues to improve. And by the way, folks, I can promise you, talking to Doug Williams, Terry McLaurin's not going anywhere. That's not happening. That is just not happening. They're not.
That team is not making good personnel.
The idea of chasing the Eagles down is not losing good players.
Sills, let me explain something though. And you know this better than anybody. When you're a GM of a football team, taking your team from shitty to good is a way different battle than going from good to consistently good to great. It's a lot harder to do that than it is to take you from shitty to good. And it's hard to take a team from shitty to good. And I think this year, people are going to see that Adam Peters hasn't quite learned yet how to hang with the big dogs. Because I don't think he made good decisions this offseason.
I don't think he did one bad move, man.
How did he best target for Jaden Daniels is in a contract dispute. I don't think he made that many good moves.
He improved the team in every move.
Offensive line, he improved the team.
Wide receiver 2, he did. Wide receiver 2. He's no longer a 1. He was a 1 in San Fran. He's not a 1 in Washington. He's a 2.
He's a gadget guy.
Okay, he's a gadget guy at 2.
He is a 2. He's a better 2. I agree, but I'm still curious to see how
you're going to look at Debo and go, that guy's going to be your focal point of your offense. That's a shit move. But if you put that guy down and you move him around in the slot, which he's going to be playing against safeties.
Wait a second, though. Can I ask you something? Do you think he works with a quarterback like Jaden? You got to thrive with a quarterback like Purdy, who is a system quarterback who gets the ball out in 2 seconds. Jaden's a playmaker.
Well, let me here. Okay. A guy like Purdy is in the pocket in one spot. A guy like Daniels moves around in the pocket.
Right.
He moves around. If that's your take, that's got to get on the same page, because remember, Purdy's a drop back guy. He's a 7-step guy. He's going to know, you're going to know he's not moving around in the pocket. Daniels moves around in the pocket, right?
Yeah.
Debo moves around. What does that mean, Zander? That creates more space.
Hopefully he doesn't get too tired.
Hey, he does look like he's had a couple LBs.
No, I think he honed it in. I think he's back in better shape now.
How are you feeling about your defense right now?
Like they're going to be a top 5 defense in the NFL.
Okay.
Linebacker.
You haven't figured out safety, nickel, or corner yet. You still believe that?
Those are the big things, but I think the move yesterday shows you that they might be a little higher on the defensive tackles than we thought. Moro Jomo. By the way, did you hear my debate with John yesterday on Moro Jomo?
Tell me no, please.
Oh my goodness, Johnny Mac was just going.
Does he not like him?
Well, he likes him, but man, you and J Mac are both on like the Milton Williams to the Hall of Fame tour. It's like unbelievable.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Certain guy, you just got through saying Milton Williams is a system end. You just said it. Okay. He's a system end. He's not a guy you can plug and place anywhere. He's a system defensive end. Well, and he fits that system where he gave you over 1,000 snaps in versatile fronts.
This is my question.
I know.
I'm not trying to downplay Milton. Like I feel like because John was kept saying, I'm like, John, I'm not that, like, Milton was a great player. I appreciate what he did. He was a big part of the reason we won. I'm not denying that 1 bit or 1%. Yeah. I agree. He was great last year. Phenomenal. Great season. But I don't look at him and say, holy shit, he can't be replaced. I mean, John was talking about the guy like he had a bigger impact than Carter last year. He's like, he was the number 1 pass rushing interior lineman in the NFL. And I'm like, and Moro Ojomo was number 6. Like, I don't think it's crazy to say Moro Ojomo in a bigger role with another year of development playing next to Jalen Carter has a chance to be as impactful as Milton was last year.
I mean, I'm not saying you, but certain people in here are making it sound like I said that Milton Williams is a top 5 D lineman. I never said that. I have never said that. I said this. He was in a major part of the number 1 defensive football team in pro football that fit what they wanted to do. He could play in a 34, 43, 50 front, line him out in a wide 9. You could do so many different things with him. His value is not in his numbers. His value is in not having situational replacements, which means, again, Zander, you don't ever have to take him off the field. Do you know what a key that is?
So are you saying people might have been confused by the trolling tone you may or may not have brought to the show one day? Don't tell me you can't understand why people might misinterpret you sometimes.
That I tell you that he probably will be cut in 18 months. Did I not say that?
How many times did you also say this summer? Who the fuck is replacing these guys? You lost 5 stars.
I'm with John. I'm with John. I don't think he's replacing him. I think you're replacing him with what Vic said. Vic said it in the. Wait a minute. Vic said it in the presser. It's going to be by committee.
Another thing you and John won't admit, Moro Ojomo is way further along after 2 years than Milton was after 2 years. He was a 7th-round draft pick. The guy played a huge sample size in his 2nd year on the team and was highly productive. I didn't say he was better. I said he was further along at this point in his career than Milton was.
Okay, well, we'll see if he can hold up for 1,000 reps. I guarantee he won't.
He played like 250 less reps last year than Milton.
Okay. I guarantee you he will not hold up.
We'll see.
That's Vic saying.
He hasn't even been hurt.
Vic said it's going to be by committee.
Well, we'll
Vic
see.
said that.
We'll see. More
okay,
Jones.
So you're questioning Vic now. Now you're telling him to shut the shut the shit out, and now you're questioning him.
Today will be the day that everybody dubs me the Vic Fangio hater, and I am not a Vic Fangio.
He told him to sit the fuck down, and he's questioning his comments.
Well, no, I'm actually telling you to sit the fuck down because the amount of times I've heard you say, "What does Sirianni do?" And then the guy does something, and now you want the coordinator to make the call.
No. I don't disagree with this. You guys got a track record. You told Vic to sit the fuck down. I'll tell you who's playing Thursday. So that notion that Vic picks players and picks the guys to plays is completely dead now.
Yeah, well, I don't want to look like the Denver Broncos of 2020 or whenever Vic was the head coach of that team. So, Vic, you keep managing the defense. Howie, you keep managing the personnel, and Eagles fans will be happy everywhere.
Look at this guy. He's taking the whip out to fucking poor Vic.
No, I'm not. I'm explaining the point of that Vic, while great, is not indestructible and should not have free reign on the entire team. You don't let everybody have a full say on the full thing. There's a hierarchy. There's a plan in place. There is an order of operations that must take place, and there is a dividing of tasks and things that must be accomplished. Vic, you don't decide who plays in the preseason.
Woo. Hey,
nor do you decide the personnel.
Hey, Vic, by the way, here's Dr. fucking Jakorian fucking Bennett for you to fucking have now. Do you know who he is? No. Well, don't worry about it. That's fucking brilliant. I like it. Who's Dory Jackson? Never heard of him. Oh, yeah, that guy in New York? Holy shit.
Nah,
hey, what about CJ?
Last time we gave Vic somebody that nobody knew and hadn't done a whole lot, he turned him into a first-team All-Pro line. I guarantee you, if Vic Fangio was in charge of personnel, Zach Ball wouldn't have been on our football team last year.
Boy, it sure sounded about a Dory Jackson. Who the fuck is that?
The Dory's a little different because he's older.
How about this, though? CJ, here's this one. Yeah, I don't know. That was a cat move on Howie. I don't know. He did that. We're moving on now. I'll be like, hey, this guy. I'm just fucking. This is such a great team to cover.
I know it is.
There's so much good shit with this football.
I love the Philadelphia Eagles. They're a dominant football team. They're a dominant franchise, and they got a great. But how about their quarterback?
Who? Hey, how's that wide receiver? Is he still banged up?
Which one? AJ?
Yeah, he's still banged up.
Oh, he's a little banged up. He's got that hammy, that soft tissue hammy lingering.
Tissue.
You never know with those soft tissue injuries how they're going to hold up.
Yeah, man. I'm just curious there. So, right guard, man. How you feeling about your boy Tyler Steen when your boy Matt Pryor's not playing well? And that guy, what's his name? Kenyon Green. He's throwing up on the sideline like he's Donovan McNabb. Holy shit, man. I mean, you concerned about that or no?
Wait a second. You must not have heard the latest interview from your boy, the greatness of Josh Allen, talking. He pukes before every game.
Okay. Then he wins MVP.
Look at how Sileo changes who he cares about it with. It's so funny. Oh,
well, wait a minute. Josh Allen throwing up and winning MVPs and Kenyon Green throwing up.
Oh, now MVPs. Wait, and now MVPs are more important than the big one?
No, I think winning a regular season MVP, going to have to play 7 straight months of good football, I think that's quite a talent.
That is quite a talent.
I mean, there's a lot of great players in the league, including your boy.
A parade down the streets of Buffalo.
Hey, including your boy. He's in that conversation too. He's
The funniest part about Jalen Hurts is this. He could throw for 2,500 yards every single year for the rest of his career. And if he continues to win at this rate, everybody, and I mean Big Sileo to Chris Sims to every schmuck on the internet that's ever talked shit about him, every knee will bend. Everyone. And they will admit he is a Hall of Fame quarterback. All right? That is their trajectory that Jalen Hurts is on.
Oh, no. He'll never be higher, in my opinion, than Troy Aikman.
Oh, we'll see.
Okay. Well, he's got 2 more to win.
We'll see.
Okay. You're right. Well,
We'll
wait,
see.
is that wrong? Wait a minute. Is that bad being compared to a guy who won 3
I
Super
didn't
Bowls
say
and
it
a
was
gold
bad. I
jacket?
said we'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Are you insinuating? Are you making assumptions? I said
No,
we'll
no.
see.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
All
To
right.
me, this is where I think Jalen is trending towards. Russell Wilson.
Way better. Don't
No,
even fuck.
well, he has not in the
there.
first 5 years. He hasn't been.
Well, Russell Wilson fell off a cliff like
Oh,
the Grand
so your
Canyon.
boy's not going to though.
No,
You know,
he's not.
Russell Wilson in the first 5 years.
I'm not going to project that. Russell Wilson's career is done and dusted, and already we know how it
No,
unfolded.
I went his first 5 like Hurts starting. He had more wins. He had 2 NFC titles in the Super Bowl himself. Jalen did get the MVP, but he had more wins. Russell Wilson, he was 30 touchdown passes, all of that. Great defense, had Marshawn Lynch. And Jesus, what happened after Marshawn left? What happens after Barkley? Hey, that's a great topic. So what happens after Barkley leaves?
Oh, my God. I'm not even entertaining that bullshit right now.
What happens with
What do
Barkley?
you mean? Wait a second. He went to the Super Bowl before Barkley showed up.
Yeah, what happens when Barkley leaves and lost?
The odds would say, he'll probably get back to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you think he gets better when Barkley leaves?
I think he's getting better as a quarterback, and other pieces will change around him, and he will continue to grow and elevate and set the culture in the locker room. And he will be asked to be a different.
Last year? How did he get better
What
last
do
year?
you mean, man?
Kellen Moore
you
didn't make him a better player last year.
think McNabb would have been able to handle Saquon's spotlight last year?
Oh, you're talking mind game. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think Donovan.
That was a rare breed, Phil's mentally.
I don't think Donovan could have handled Barkley and AJ on the same team. I don't. As a matter of fact, I don't think a lot of quarterbacks in the league today
Bro,
can handle Barkley.
Donovan McNabb could barely handle somebody better than Todd Stinkston. Seriously. Seriously.
Todd Stinkston.
That's McNabb. All right. I liked McNabb. I wasn't even a McNabb hater, but I'm just saying. Jalen, I do not like when people quantify everything about a quarterback by what they show up in the stat sheet. There's more to it than that.
No, yeah, I got it. Again, there's more to it. You're right. There's more to a quarterback than just looking at stats. There's a roster. There's good coaching.
I knew he was going to do shit.
Well, no, there is. You're right. I'm glad you say that.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
No. You're right.
I can't wait for the day.
You see, when you're a first-round pick and you're a really great talent coming out, you go to shitty teams for a reason. You know, when you're a second-rounder, you go to better teams because you get in better environments. Facts.
No, not wait. So now Tyler Shuck, because he went in the second round, is going to be as good as Jalen Hurts?
No.
All right. So that was a shitty example.
Oh, really? Well, if he was so good, he would have went in the first round.
Oh, yeah. You sound like the scouts who still got their panties in a bind that he's better than all the fucking dudes they picked in front
No,
of him.
he's improved as a pro, just like Allen has.
All those scouts were wrong. If all the scouts were always right, if they were always right all the time, then how's Tom Brady go in the how's the greatest quarterback to ever grace this planet go in the 6th round?
Because the quarterback position is the most difficult to evaluate. There's a reason why there's more failures.
Right, so you're contradicting yourself a little bit.
How's that?
Because you said the scouts didn't rank them in the 1st round. Why is that? Well, you've just said it's a hard thing to evaluate, and they've been wrong.
It's a hard thing to evaluate. It is. I'm just telling you that when he came out of college, they didn't think very highly of him. By the way, your entire city didn't. A lot of people didn't like that pick.
But there's more context to that.
Really, tell me. You just gave a guy.
I'll tell you what the context was.
Wait a second. You know what the context is, folks? Here, I'll give you the context. You just gave a guy $33 million in that offseason. Yeah, help me out on the context.
Well, that's the context. You have fans who are like, what the fuck? We just paid a quarterback a max contract deal. Why using a 2nd rounder? So you give fans who are, by their nature, emotionally driven. All right, it's a fanatic. That's literally what fan means. And then you have to quantify, why do we like this player, or do we think highly of this player? That's an emotional clusterfuck. You pay a quarterback, and then you draft a quarterback, and now you have to try and talk yourself into believing that was a good pick. Once Jalen Hurts showed a shred of anything, The city got behind him. The city got behind him. And to his credit, and this is not unique to him, this is every player in the league, you have to prove it, and you have to earn it in this league. That goes for first overall picks and 54th overall picks, or whatever Hurts was, 53. You got to prove it, and he did it. So he gets credit for that.
He does.
I don't think you can hold that against the fan base. The fan base didn't believe. The fan base was being put in a blender. They paid the highest contract they've ever paid in history, and then drafted a quarterback. It was like, what a mind fuck.
Holding anything against anybody. That's how it played out. That's the history of the story of Hurts.
Yeah.
That's not holding anything.
Champion Hurts.
That's not holding anything against them. That's how the story played out. He was fired by a coach. He had to transfer and leave his one love to go play somewhere else. He went to Philadelphia.
He got a real way with words. I'll tell you what, man.
Well, wait, that's what happened. His first true love, he got fired, nationally embarrassed. Then he goes to Oklahoma, and he goes and plays there with Cal Katera, and those guys get to the semis where they get destroyed by Burrow.
You ready?
Then he comes to Philadelphia, and guess what? There he is, Mr. Overachiever, one of the greatest overachievers of all time.
I didn't walk through all the fire just to smell the smoke.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
Well, listen, there is a level of respect that I have as a man for a man that can go through the level of shit and be able to use it to forge you and create you into a man that is more unshakable, better in his job, better at his career, better as a leader, and do everything you got to do. Sills, I'm speaking seriously. I think that's admirable. I like stories of successful people. I want to be a successful person. I work my butt off to try and find success and achieve success. When you see somebody go through that shit, I believe that takes a special person to be able to persevere and grow and improve from that. So all those things definitely happen, no doubt about it. But I don't think he's the man he is today or the quarterback he is today without some of those things happening. And I would bet to you that Jalen, if given the opportunity, wouldn't change a single thing with the way it unfolded, because it's led him to where he is right now, which is a Super Bowl MVP and really on a tremendous trajectory as a quarterback in the league. And he's paid. He's married. Everything's working in his personal life, his professional life. Everything is lining up for the guy. So he's clearly doing things right. I mean, he's had an impressive career to this point.
So what makes his career, in your opinion, do you think Carson Wentz was projecting into a great position in 2017 when he won the MVP award and that team went on to win the Super Bowl? Do you think he was on a high projection?
He certainly was. Yeah.
Okay. And look, how fast did that thing turn around? 18 months later, he was being villainized by the Eagle fans.
Yep, that's about right. Yep.
Okay. And
now there was a little bit of a build up there. There was the knee injury. So a very
Seattle game.
You know, that speaking of mind fucks, having an MVP quarterback for the first time in Philly, maybe ever, you know, or in a long time, and he gets hurt, and then you go and win a Super Bowl, something your team has never done, with a backup. Like you're already flipping people around mentally about what to think about the player. That messed with Wentz, obviously mentally. He didn't have the mental capacity or bandwidth to be able to use that and forge that. Now, hey, I hope that Wentz does, similar to Jalen Hurts, become a better man, a better player, a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better everything in life because of what he went through. He wasn't able to do it as quick as Jalen was able to do it. That's a fair, objective take on it. But, you know, Wentz had to go through that, and he wasn't able to manage it as well as Hurts was. Meanwhile, Hurts went through a whole lot of shit, and it only made him better. And he welcomed the competition, and he welcomed the battle, and he welcomed the talks to trade for Deshaun Watson, and he didn't shy away from any of those moments. And, you know, he's had a damn good career since then.
How about this? Let me throw this at you here. So since 2021 to 2024, it's been a ton of winning in Philly, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, how long do you think this continues? Do you think this is a Patriot 20-year run? Do you think this is a 10-year run? Do you think that this will be a 6-year run? You've never had a run before at being successful in the franchise's history, at least in the Super Bowl era.
How long do you think it's been going on right now? Would you go like since
Well,
18, or are you
I'm
saying
going to use
21?
Hurts. Hurts is error.
Agreed.
Okay, now for me, how long have you guys been winning? Even with that shitty 4-win season that you had? Since 2017, I think the Eagles have been probably the third best franchise next to the Patriots and next to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I think
Now,
that's probably
obviously, you've moved ahead and recently from the Patriots, but the Chiefs have been to 3 straight, Zander. I mean, you can't get around the fact that
I'm not going to take
they're number one right now. Now, if the Eagles win another one, then we're in a different conversation with who's the better franchise right now. But those 3 franchises have dominated. But I'm going with the Hurts time here. From 21 to 24 right now. 25, we'll see what happens. They should be right there. Okay. How long do you think this goes on?
I think you got.
Because Barkley's getting older.
I think you got another 5 to 8 years would be super optimistic. Because you got to remember that
9 total. That's not terrible.
No, that's not terrible at all. And you got to remember, like I think it could be longer. There's a chance it's longer, but it will depend on how Hurts develops, because he is a player that plays the position in a physical way where in history it hasn't bode well, deep into your 30s to play the game like he plays. The only quarterbacks who really succeeded at a super high level late into their 30s have been guys who are pocket throwers, Aaron Rodgers types, Tom Brady types, the guys who
guys get beat up.
Exactly, and deliver. Now, I'll make a crazy statement. Like, there was more of a chance a guy like a Baker Mayfield plays until he's 40 than a guy like Hurts, because Hurts relies on athleticism and skill set and those things which can be taken from you, which can go at any time. And now I think he showed great strides as a passer from the pocket. Is he the top in the league at it? No, he's not. But I think he showed great strides. I think last year, even from week 1 to the Super Bowl, was a massive difference in the way he read the line of scrimmage and analyzed the play, pre-snap reading. I thought he was way better at it in the Super Bowl than he was in week 1. If he can continue to build on that and evolve who he is as a player and continue to, as we've called him, be a chameleon, then I think he can extend that window. But I think realistically right now, you have at least a good 5 years left. A good 5-year window.
I don't think that's his shitty take. I think you're talking 9-10 years.
Yeah.
Total, right?
With the potential to be longer, but there's a lot of things that have to happen for that. Let's see how that unfolds.
The
roster turnover. I mean, you're going to have a whole new looking defense in 5 years. You're probably going to have a whole new looking offense in 5 years.
Okay. I'm going to give you my true assessment on Jalen and how I see him compared to the other quarterbacks. Okay. And then you tell me how this looks. Arm strength compared to the rest of the quarterbacks. I don't think he's the best. I surely don't think he's the worst. Where would I put him? I would put him right in the middle. If we're going to use 10 as the top, I'd put him at 5 as one of the better arms in the game. I'm not talking about accuracy yet. He's got one of the better arms. Accuracy, he's around 67, 68%, right? He's right in there in the top 5.
He's been better with that, by the way.
He is.
It's a lesser size, but he has been better when he's throwing the ball.
His numbers are 64. He's not a 64 guy. He's like 68, 69.
Yeah, and he's made some really impressive throws in those wins. It's not just all. I mean, he's had some throws that have been really tight windows that I think he showed some things that you didn't see. Alabama Jalen Hurts, for those who've been watching him for that long, and I have. All right, he didn't make those throws, so he's improved a lot in that regard.
No. Watch me when I go here. It's running ability. I think he's the second best running quarterback in pro football. Would you not agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so he's 2 there. Okay, smarts. I put him right there. Is there a smarter quarterback in the NFL than Jalen Hurts?
When you say smarter, you mean what?
Football IQ.
I think he's in the top 5.
It
depends, because you could make the argument, well, he hasn't been given the pre-snap reading. Like, he hasn't had that on his plate for the last 5 years.
I'm not going there. I'm going like this. Hey, we need to run the ball more.
Right. You're going more macro football intelligence.
Yeah. What's best for the team to get the win.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're bringing up good names here, though. Spiko brings up a good one. Stafford, he's probably top here. Rico brings up Mahomes. He's probably top of this list. Joe Burrow is probably top football IQ type of guy.
I'll show you where I'm going here with all this. Okay? Smarts, I'm going to put him 2. Okay. So Jalen doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's in the top 5. He is probably the second best runner. He's probably the second best and smartest guy. Okay, in the pocket, he's probably somewhere in the top 10. He's not great at anything. You know what he is, though? He's a top 5 player.
I'd say he's probably 15 in the pocket, not 10.
Okay.
That is the one thing that he struggles with a little bit.
Do you get what I'm saying? Now watch this.
Yeah, I do.
Joe Burrow, smart. Joe Burrow, great arm. Joe Burrow, accuracy. Joe Burrow, running, nowhere. Okay? He's one of the worst in the league. Staying healthy, one of the worst in the league at staying healthy. This guy's like Joe Namath of today.
Right.
So my point is that Hurts doesn't do anything individually, not counting the team around you. Okay? But he's in the top 5. That's how I see him, Zander. I don't see him out of I think he's exceptionally smart. I think he sees the game better.
I think he's number 1 in intangibles too.
Which are to you what?
Wait, I mean, it's partly the smarts, but it's the mindset, the mentality, the approach to the game, the death of the ego as a quarterback, to be able to allow other players to thrive, to be able to put yourself in a position where I don't care what it looks like for me. I just want that scoreboard to read the Eagles up front. A lot of quarterbacks, people think that's a big thing. A lot of quarterbacks believe me, would rather throw for 403 touchdowns and get talked about on SportsCenter and lose the game and not win the ring than be Jalen Hurts and have slander. Oh, he's carried and this and that. That takes a mental fortitude that I don't think many people possess.
How many wide receivers do you think have that mentality in today's NFL where they'd rather have 14 catches and 150 yards than to win? I'd say that's 90%.
Minimum 90%.
Exactly.
Probably 95, dude.
Absolutely.
By the way, A.J. Brown was like that until he got here. He's now become a little bit more, even more bought in each year, which I'm not knocking A.J. Brown for. Again, that's every receiver. That's the nature of what made them an NFL receiver in the first place. Give me the fucking ball because I'm going to dominate with it. That's a good mindset to have. But again, it's a team game, and you got to be willing to see, what's the best scenario for a team in a given situation. It's not always you getting the ball.
I got A.J. Brown on this team for 2 more years.
Oh, I got him a little longer than that, actually. I think he's established. I think you were right a year ago. And I think A.J. has played his way into a spot where the Eagles view him as a little bit more indispensable than they did maybe a year or 2 ago, where you're probably right. When they paid him the money, they were probably thinking, 30, 31 years old, that's probably when we'll move off of him, it's a couple years from now. I think he's played himself into a little bit of a different light here in Philly, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was kept around a little bit longer than that. I'm not saying 10 years, but I think 4 or 5 years he could be here realistically.
Into his mid-30s?
32.
Okay.
Like a Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know how old Larry. Now, Larry played a little longer. I don't know how old Larry played. But
so are you starting to think he's going to retire an Eagle?
I originally thought there was no chance. I now do not think there's no chance. I still will admit it's not.
I think he's going to retire in New England.
That's possible. I don't think it's likely, but I think AJ could play here in Philly till 32 years old. I don't think that's that crazy.
He's a fucking great player. How many more years for Barkley?
3.
3.
A lot, I know. That's lofty.
That puts him at 30.
Probably 2. I don't know, though. I mean, if he has another great year this year, you think they're going to move on from him after the next year? Year? That's why I kind of defaulted to 3. I feel like 3 is the right number.
How about this, Zander? The only way that he's not on this football team is if he has a catastrophic knee injury. I think they want 3 more years out of him. Don't you think, until they could find that next guy?
Right.
I mean, that's my take on it. Okay. All right. Let's get to these supers, brother.
Let's do it. Did you see the Browns are starting Shador in their preseason game on Thursday?
And they just signed Tyler Huntley.
I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, 5 quarterbacks.
I don't want Shador to win that job. General JD says, you see all this in Hurts. What happened to Caboose?
No, I
think we're winning him over a little, JD.
No, General. I mean, he was the caboose last year all through the season. I'm not moving off that. Troy Aikman was a fucking caboose.
I don't think Hurts was the caboose, though. I think caboose insinuates a little bit. I'm not disagreeing with your point of that. Last year, the offense obviously didn't have to run through the success of the quarterback to be successful. You're not wrong about that. You're right. And it didn't, Buffalo, if their quarterback doesn't have a good game, they're fucked. Same with Kansas City. Same with the Bengals. Same with some of these other teams. Same with really even kind of the Ravens. I mean, this team is built better in that sense. But to say he's a caboose insinuates to me that you'd be able to do it with anybody. And that's where I vehemently disagree. I don't think you have the success you've had with Hurts with other quarterbacks.
Because of his running ability.
That, the mentality, everything we talked about, all the intangibles he brings to the game. I think the way he's helped the locker room. I mean, how good does that
They barely leaned on it.
What's A.J. Brown's mentality like right now, though, if Jalen Hurts isn't the quarterback of the team?
I'm sorry?
What would A.J. Brown's mentality be right now in this team if Jalen Hurts isn't the quarterback? Like, I think it's little things like that.
I think if they hadn't won, his attitude would have been completely different than what it is right now. I don't think it's got anything to do with the quarterback.
Well,
I think he's talking himself into the fact that they're winning and I've got to be a better teammate.
Yeah, but Hurts is one of the reasons they're winning.
Okay, well, the way he talks sounds like to me, I got to be a better teammate. That's what I heard from him. So, I mean, I don't know. AJ's got to work. AJ's working on, I got to give up my numbers sometimes for our team's success. And that's a personal thing that he's battling. He said it.
Yeah, right. General again says Sills also guaranteed we'd never pay AJ and Smitty and Hurts would never win the Super Bowl. So take his guarantees with a grain of salt.
Well, here's a guarantee. That dude will never throw for $4,000.
Oh, he's doing it for this year. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's only
4 years in now.
How glorious is it going to be when Hurts threw for $4,000 and wins the Super Bowl all in 1 year? Sileo will legitimately not know what to do. What will you do if he does that?
Never happen.
All right. You can't answer my question saying it'll never happen. What would you do if he did that?
I know it won't. I can't answer it because I know it's not.
All right. What would you do if he did?
Your defense is going to be 15th this year.
Abe, no, they're not. They're going to be top 5. Abe says, get Allen a Pepto-Bismol sponsorship. Soft tummy. Yeah, he does. Soft tummy for sure.
Get the caboose a paint job. He needs some more red on it.
Oh, bullshit. Abe says, is Nick the middleman for Vic and Howie?
Ooh. It's Nick the middleman. I basically heard Zander's boy Nick say this. Hey, we make the decisions on who fucking plays. Hey, Vic, go sit down.
Yeah, Vic.
That's what Zander's telling you.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, Vic, go sit the fuck down. You're a horrible head coach. We love you as our DC, but don't go off your rails. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and you weren't great in talent, and you weren't great in talent evaluation when you had that role either. So
he did get Patrick Surtain up there.
Okay, good. You got one player out of 42. Congratulations. 50 though.
I'll tell you this, Xavier Howard and what's his name? Jalen Ramsey didn't like him too much.
Well, that's for different reasons. I don't agree with those guys. The Phillies ace. What's up, Ace? He says, Sills, they took torch to the defense and are relying on the linebacker position, which is Vic's strength. That was critical last season besides the running game. Ace, you're not buying into Sileo's bullshit, are you?
Of course he is. Bullshit. It's fact. By the way, I'll tell you what, man. Do you agree that's the best room in the defense right now is the linebacker room? Inside of 1 year, that guy made that linebacker room dog shit into that. Do you agree? Is there a better room? Is there a better room on defense?
Actually, there our guy earlier, who was it? Tony the Siberian, I think it was. That's probably the biggest thing he could have said about when I asked what's Vic done to change the culture. He's changed the linebacker culture.
And they drafted a guy one.
Yeah. And Jahad Campbell might have been a Vic guy. General says, literally sitting there praying for the Eagles to fail. No, I don't think Sills is doing that.
No way. Are you kidding me? Who wants to cover the Jets?
Well, no, I think what people don't understand is you're actually a little bit more simple than that. I think you just want whatever for your show. That's it.
That's right.
You don't give a fuck. You just want whatever for the show.
Yeah. I'm a content guy.
Which is fine by me. Rico Mart says 5-month member. Thank you, bro. Can you get Baldy on the show? Interesting. We actually just talked about that.
Is Xander Xander's going to send me, by the way, that's what we should have on. We should have like you guys give us suggestions, because if I don't, do you know what Zander did? Zander goes like this. Why don't we get Herman? So I go, damn, that's probably right. So we're getting Herman tomorrow, 4:30.
I just love Herm. I love listening to him talk football.
Yeah, so we're going to
get
him
great
on.
energy. You know, he's got a great energy about him. You know who you got to bring on a little more consistently too?
Oh, Joy?
Well, she'd be great, but I wasn't going there. I was actually going to go Mike North.
He's on Friday.
He was fucking awesome, dude. And I don't think
you liked him.
I don't think he'd be a guy that would only talk about Chicago. I think he would give, if you told him, hey, you want to do a weekly segment here, or what? I don't know if weekly would be a thing, man, monthly or whatever. I think he would open up, and he's got. And I don't even think that it's all about Jalen. It's going to sound like it's all about Jalen, but I did love the way he explained how the evaluation of players has changed in this league.
Yeah,
you know, and he was very simple with it. He was like, Hurts wins. Like that's why the game is played. You know, Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback in the regular season. You know, and his take was almost so simple. It reminded me of, I think we maybe have gone a little bit too, hey, the more we add, sometimes you get so big and you dilute things a little too much. Sometimes things are more simple than that. Yo, what fucking guy shows up and you need him to show up and wins the games you need him to win? Like if you judge based on that, it's Mahomes and Hurts and everybody else.
Jesus Christ. I need a vomit bag. I'm about ready to lose my fucking cookies.
Why? You know I'm right.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Leon, will you stop? You need to get Ian traded in.
Leon.
Dude, you really, by the way, because you like that guy and everyone liked Mike North. Okay. I have to, I got him on Friday. Go ahead, man. Got any more?
Look at this. Twizzler says Ed Reed blocks Hills' number. Might be true. You don't get along with everybody. That's part of life, Twiz. What, do you get along with everybody you fucking meet in life, Twiz?
No, there's only one guy that I don't get along with.
I know.
Warren Sapp.
Yeah, Warren Sapp. That's right.
He's the only motherfucker I don't get along with. You know what I told him one time?
You still want to talk to him, don't you?
It's crazy. He'll wake up one night and have this, like, I think he's bipolar. He calls me and he goes, hey, so then the next day he's a cocksucker.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
And get this, I told him this, and you know what? I don't really talk like this. You know, my aunt watches. You know what I told him one night? My wife's listening. I said, I'll tell you what, I don't really like being this guy any longer. I'll meet you on any goddamn beach you want to meet. Yeah. And I go like this, and I will beat the fucking shit out of you right in front of your friends. And he goes, listen, I'm not looking to go down that lane. I go, you're damn right you're not. You know who I am and what I'm capable of doing. And I hate being that guy. I do. I'm a nice pacifist now. I'm a Corona drinker. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, that shit makes you soft. I think it's making you soft in your football.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'm not soft.
I've been taking you to the woodshed too much. I'm looking for a little bit of resistance.
Yeah, that's where you're with your.
I get more resistance from John McMullen than I do from you.
Oh, because John fucking cries when you fucking question his ability. If you say anything, John starts fucking moaning. Xander's got to put a binky in. I'm like,
oh my gosh, you should have heard McMullen last night. He was so mad at me for thinking Moro Jomo is going to be a great player. You idiots, Milton Williams. I'm like, dude, Milton Williams ain't going to the fucking Hall of Fame. Take a breath.
I think Moro's got a shot to be a really good ball player, man.
He got a great shot. A great shot. Let's keep rolling here. I think we got one more.
Hey, what about Jalen Hunt getting demoted?
I don't know if I'm ready to say that yet.
Or do you think Vic's moving him around like he did the other day and he said that shit?
Probably moving him around, but I do think we probably all got maybe a little too high on Jalen too early. I think long-term Jalen's going to be a great player, but it might take a little bit. I mean, he was a third round, a little bit more of a developmental player. Now you're going to ask him in the NFL to play, full sample size. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Look at that. Look at this dickhead. The fucking guy flexing on top of a gosh damn desert animal comes in here. Watch your mouth. Yo, Campbell Keith, sit down and shut the fuck up, Campbell.
This guy's on a camel telling us to watch our mouths. Come on, bro. Where we
NJ
going
says,
here?
you got to get NJ Fishing Maniac on the show. What's the matter with you, eh?
Hey, dude, I appreciate you more than you know. You've been here since day one.
He has, man. He's been.
You know what? You've been awesome, man. I mean,
yeah, this asshole. Yo, NJ, where's my NJ Fishing sweatshirt? I was supposed to wear it on the show. You reached out. You wanted to send me one. Thing never showed up. What is it in the mail? Did the post office lose it, NJ? Come on, man. Although I got to replace yours because he had a little bit of stitching problem when I sent him one, but all good.
Zander, how you feeling, man? I mean, look, you're ready to rock, man. I mean, you still in that mode of repeating?
Look at Keys. Z bought the vet and turned into a narcissist. What is that, NJ? Keys, where'd you read that word on Twitter? Is that the buzzword on Twitter right now that everybody's a narcissist if they don't agree with you? Come on.
Queasy, you think if a guy buys a vet that turns him into a narcissist?
I don't know what he's saying. I don't know. I've been hard on Keys the last couple of weeks. I think he's just a little bit down in the dumps because of that.
Because why? You've been riding his ass?
I've been beating him up. I've been beating up on him a little bit.
How come you won't answer that question? 4,500 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, or
wait, you said 32. What? You're up to 45?
4,200 passing yards, 30 touchdowns versus 1,800.
I told you they're winning the damn Super Bowl if that happens.
No. You get one or the other. So if Hurts goes for 4,200 yards, 18 and 30 touchdowns, they're winning the Super Bowl in your opinion. I say they win 9 games if they do that.
Oh yeah, okay, 9 games. Yep, you heard it here first. Everybody,
to me, the less you threw the ball, the more you won.
The Eagles are a 9-win team. Everybody,
if you throw the ball like that, that means someone got hurt. Yeah,
they'll finish 3rd in the NFC East. Yep,
dude. What?
You don't even believe that bullshit.
Yes, I do, because last year you threw for less than $3,000 and dominated. If you throw for more yards this year, that meant someone got hurt, and Hurts will have to do something he's not good at: high volume passing.
Oh man,
a lot of turnovers.
Here's NJ again. Black or red shirt and what size? I'll email you. Send me the address, Zander. All right, NJ, I'll email you.
Here's my take this year: 34-25, 23 touchdowns, 11 picks, 650 yards rushing, and 8 touchdowns. 34-25, 23, 11 picks, 650 yards rushing, and 8 touchdowns. There you go. That's 30. That's 31 total touchdowns.
Numbers can be whatever they are. I don't care about the numbers. If Hurts doesn't care about the numbers, why should I?
That's right. That's right, man. I know. When you're the caboose, you don't have to worry about numbers. When you're the engine, you got to worry about gasoline.
I don't think you really believe.
You got to worry about miles.
I don't think you really believe he's the caboose in the sense that you're in the way you're using that word. I really don't. I mean that. I don't think you actually think that Jalen Hurts is replaced by a traffic cone and they have the same level of success.
I'm talking about the Saquon train. I'm not talking about any train.
But how do you account then for the success that he had pre-Saquon?
Okay. I mean, how do you account for Brock Purdy's success then? The team.
Well, what do you mean?
Okay. Well, he was on a good football team at 22 too.
Yeah, but Brock Purdy doesn't have the benefit of what Hurts has where he went before and after.
No. We were talking about when he went in 22. I'm comparing that to what Purdy did too. And what
but when you get back.
Okay, well, that's a different conversation. Okay,
but that changes the dynamic of the conversation.
Well, wasn't relied on last year like he was in 22. He was nowhere near relied on.
When they needed to rely on them,
Hurts had to be great every week in 22.
So when they needed to rely on him though in 22, he had success, and then they didn't need it in 24. So he basically just proved he'll win either way.
And choosing moments when that season was on the back of Saquon Barkley the entire regular season, and much of the postseason.
I didn't deny that.
Okay, right. There were moments that Hurts had that were excellent.
I don't think Saquon would have done that though.
He had moments. He didn't have moments.
I don't think Saquon would have been able to do that with a different quarterback though.
Probably not, because Hurts is efficient in the run game. Like could a pocket quarterback have come in and done what Jalen did? No. And when I say caboose, I'm talking about the Barkley train. You put him on any other train, there's no way he's a caboose. But that thing last year was so dominant. He had 2,700 yards rushing.
He's just not a caboose.
All right.
He's not.
You think Keely Ringo still wins that job? Do you?
Guy walks me through the fucking rainforest about Jalen Hurts and has to end back on Javory and Bennett. I do. I think Ringo's still in the job.
Oh, wait a minute then. Wait, go back. I'll go back here again. I don't have no problem saying what I say about Jalen Hurts.
What's that?
I think Hurts is a really good ball player, man. I have no problem with it. That football team, again, is on the back of Saquon Barkley. The entire football organization saw it. They did. They changed the entire way they approached the game. I don't know if
I would make that statement.
They did it, though. They came out of the bye saying we're going to – the offensive line guys were saying we're going to throw less. Everybody said that. Wasn't me. It was them. And
yeah, but there's a lot of things that go into that.
And their actions spoke to it. When they stopped throwing the ball, they didn't lose another game.
Look at Maxton. I like this guy because he's got a Polish last name, Szczynski. I like it. Face it, they did, Zander. Maxton, I love you, brother. But you got to put down these Sileo-wized edibles, man. Hey, apparently, he upped the dosage in those.
He doesn't want to face the fact that they're taking that Super Bowl and they're making it seem like he played like that from fucking day one in Green Bay and Brazil.
Maxton, man.
The season, like that fucking wonderful.
Too many milligrams in that Eddie ball.
That wonderful performance against
Too many milligrams in that Eddie ball.
What a performance against the Rams. 65 yards passing. Holy fuck, that was
you know what I love, everybody? I love how nobody on the face of the planet heard of net passing yards when you factor in sacks. He had 140 passing yards. And now everyone's like, oh, he had sacks 65 net. I never heard of net passing yards in my fucking life until Hurts has a bad playoff game. It's like a joke, man. It's a complete joke, that whole narrative.
Okay. Hey. Oh, my God. Hey, dude, I didn't know that people are going to be blown up. Here. The Eagles cornerback, Jakorian Bennett, is one of the most underrated cornerbacks.
Who tweeted that?
This ML football guy. He tweeted it to me that this guy's one of the most underrated football players in the NFL. I know. He becomes an Eagle. He's Brian Dawkins. Oh, man. Hey. Maybe it is just some of the words I use, like caboose, blowtorch. I think it has maybe a little bit to do with the delivery of things.
Well, listen.
So,
if
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts keeps winning, Keith thinks I'm a narcissist now. I don't know what he's going to think of me when Jalen Hurts has 3 rings, because I'm going to be so.
I have to be careful because I'm not wishing for people to lose. I'm not. I don't do that.
You're an entertainer.
That's right. All I care about. Watching the Little Red Caboose this year.
You're an entertainer that just happens to be wrong about 98% of the
Oh, really? I wasn't wrong in 21, 22, 23. But now all of a sudden, you guys win the Super Bowl.
Wait. How do you constitute whether you were wrong in 22 or 23? Just off one prediction, you made about 480 predictions each year.
Okay, so like in 22, I said you'd be in the Super Bowl in March.
Okay, that's one prediction, though.
Okay. I also said that you would be able to go out and what did I say about Hurts? He'd never throw for $4,000 that year. He didn't. What else did we say there during that 22 season? I did pick the Chiefs to win that Super Bowl. The 23 season, when you guys were 10-1 and you guys were kicking the shit out of me on all shows on JAKIB Sports, Big Sills was going, Pyrite. The Philadelphia Pyrites, I was calling them. Folks, you know what pyrite is? Phony gold. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Anything else?
Nah, man. I got it all out.
Anything else, big dog?
No. So what are you guys talking about on the show tonight?
Day 10. Did anything good happen?
I think Hurts had a good day today.
Oh, good.
Yep. Jalen had a good day.
Doesn't matter. Just like the bad days don't matter. It's all
the bad days don't matter.
The bad days don't matter. The good days don't matter.
Do you agree, though, Zander? It matters more on defense if the defense has bad days and more so than the offense having bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that, right?
Yeah, definitely. But I do think it's got to be graded on a curve a little bit because defenses always seem to win more in camp. It's kind of like more, just an easier. It feels like, especially early in camp, where defenses normally get the better of the offenses. So got to factor that in. But overall, this team's in a good spot. I think even Drakeford believes it. Come on, Drakeford. He's another guy. He's on the triple dose of the Sileo eyes.
Hold on here. So you think they're in a good place when they haven't figured out their safety or corner spot yet? Well, August 5th. You got 29 days. Hey, I got it.
Well, last year everybody said we had the worst linebacking core in football until September 5th. So, what the hell? Let's see how it unfolds. Remember, I chirped Vic earlier. I said, hey, you stay in your lane. Well, his lane is managing that. So do your job with what you got. Let's see you get them players ready to rock.
Man, I got to tell you, Nick spoke today, and I got to get to that stuff. So, Big Z.
Somebody just tweeted me. They said, Sills' takes. Wait, here we go. Let me unlock my phone. Sills' predictions are like Taiwan Walker's fastballs.
Well, we'll be dead right. We're so.
Taiwan Walker's.
I'll tell you what, I'm out of the gate here on Keely Ringo very well.
I could say that you're probably right about that right now.
Okay.
But you remember, what was my biggest concern all damn offseason? It was Ringo. So I'm not wrong about him either. We'll see what happens with him.
How about the safety spot, though, with Akuba?
I'm feeling a little bit better about Brown than I was coming into camp, but I don't know about Makuba. Probably not going to start right away. I think if Brown can kind of hone it in a little bit, maybe he could be a player. So maybe I was more wrong about Brown, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, Big Z, we'll be watching right after the program. Appreciate you, man. You guys keep killing it, man. Absolutely. Make sure you talk a lot about the caboose today. I want to hear all I can about Jalen.
Wait, you got any topics that I can set John off the edge again? Yesterday it was Moro Ojoma.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I got one for you here. There's no doubt that they brought in Jahad Campbell to replace Nakobe, right? would be one of them. Here's another one here, right? Moro Ojoma has a better rating.
I can't go with Jomo again. I can't.
You can't do a Jomo? Okay.
I can't. Camel Keese will have a legitimate aneurysm. This guy was in the chat.
I got one for you.
You talked about a Jomo for 50 minutes. Oh, my God.
John, there's no way that Uche or Aziz Ojolari beats out Jalix Hunt. There's no way.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Here's another one, too. Hey, I told fucking on the Sileo show, I told Vic to sit the fuck down. See what he says to that one.
Oh, my gosh. You got to be kidding me.
No, wait. Go like this to him and ask him this. Do you think Vic had anything to do with this new guy coming aboard? I don't.
I don't either. It's Howie.
I think that's going to be a problem down the line.
Yeah, but Vic's got to get in line, man. Sorry, bro.
You think that could get him fired?
Sure. Got Doug fired.
That's right. That's exactly where I was going with it. I mean, dude, you put Clint Hurt in there being the D coordinator and all. I mean, maybe that's going to be the progression there. But Howie's not going to put up with a guy talking shit to him like that. Hey, well, I don't know anything about this guy. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? What's that? Who's this guy showing up now? Hey, by the way, yeah, that's a salary cap bucket thing. Dude, it's coming.
Kyle's on to what I was thinking for tonight. I think Keely Ringo's got to be the theme of tonight. They make a trade at cornerback, now. I think we got to talk about Ringo tonight. I think Ringo's
absolutely. So did they bring him in to compete for the job?
Yeah, I guess so. Or does this prove that Ringo is truly a bingo? Ringo, he's actually Keely Bingo.
I think he needs more time, but they need him to get him playing time. Like, he may be better, Zander, by week 8. like that because he had played more. Put him in the Isaiah Rodgers role.
Yeah, we'll see if that might be the role. That's kind of what John speculated. Maybe he's here for.
No. Put Keely Ringo.
Oh, Ringo in that
Isaiah
role.
Rodgers role until you find out if the guy can play as a starter.
Yeah, but
You're going to start him, and he's never started, and he really couldn't beat out Isaiah last year. I mean,
we'll see what happens. All right, I got to run, brother.
We'll catch you tonight right after the program, brother.
Later, big dog. Appreciate it.
You got it, man. Appreciate you guys very much. All right, we got to pay some bills here. Hey, for the record, okay, it's a topic of conversation now. It's a total conversation here. By the way, Dave Lapham is going to join us at 5:30, part of the broadcast team for the Cincinnati Bengals. Angelo had to move his hit to Thursday at 4:30. So we're doing Thursday at 4:30 with him. They haven't figured the corner spot out yet. I mean, Slay and CJ look like an issue. Did they outkick their coverage with this? Is there anybody on that team right now? And does Howie have to make another move? Okay? Yeah. Absolutely, Twiz. Absolutely. All good, man. Let me put it out there for everybody. If you guys didn't love Big Sills, you wouldn't be here every day. I know that. Even guys like Em Reyes, all these guys. Everybody. I get it. We just have a lot of fun. Hey, by the way, I got to tell you guys, I love shit talking. A lot of people can't handle it. Okay? Right, Sue? A lot of folks can't handle that. Absolutely, man. You know how I know everything is dope? You're here every day. You're supporting me every day, Sue. Okay?